Yeah, I mean, I know you're disappointed, so you have to make an improvement for tomorrow. Get a better suit or something.
Yeah, I had a word with Brendan Courtney there going out, and he said, look, the hair wasn't good enough, so...
Well, I tell you, you're better dressed than the man beside you who's been doing this for the last few days. Ruby, how was the leg, first of all?
Yeah, it got on well up this morning. Maloney was fairly happy with it, so I took the cast off and put me into a big black boot, which is progress.
Okay, so out of the cast into the boot?
Out of the cast into the boot, another 4 weeks like this, I suppose, and another couple of weeks after that, so...
Okay.
Still on track, Hugh.
Okay, lovely stuff. All right, okay. We're going to, obviously, the Christmas chase is coming up, and all the talk is of one horse. Incredible season last year. Back to win the John Durkin over Punchestown over 2.5. Stepping up to 3 miles again, where we know he can get the job done. It is the one and only Sizing John.
This time last year, if you'd said that, what we were going to achieve last spring, I would have definitely sent you off to the funny farm, because we knew Sizing John was quite good, but we didn't know where we were going with him. We ran him 2 miles at Christmas for his first run for us, and yet again he took on Douvan, and Robert came in after that, having finished second to Douvan, and said, look, all this fella does is stay. So I said, right, we'll step him up in trip, and we went 2.5 miles, 3 miles, 3.2, and it was just a gradual step up, and he seemed to get better. The further he went, the better he got. Everything last spring just fell into place.
Every jockey when you're riding a race, you come in and you give feedback to a trainer, and the feedback was that he was going to stay further. I didn't really want to be chasing Douvan around for the whole year either, so we had to try something different. I was confident he would stay. A few injury problems started the year with my eye and my back as well, and we got back just in time to ride Sizing John in the Irish Gold Cup, and then from the Irish Gold Cup on, just everything, I touched turned to goal really. It was just a remarkable time. There was no pressure on us going to Cheltenham because everyone didn't think he'd stay. We were confident he would stay, and then I suppose I had a plan going out that I was going to keep out a little bit and look for a bit of room, but that's the great thing about riding for Jesse as well. You're not tied down to instructions. You can use your own initiative when you're out there. Luckily enough, everything worked out perfectly. Got a dream run round and latched onto Jack Allen's tail, turning for home. I thought he was the one to beat, and then he made a mistake at the second last. I landed in front, and I put the head down and keep going. There's no turning back at that stage.
I probably was excited and then nervous, and then coming down the hill I thought, gosh, I'm going to be placed in a Gold Cup, fantastic. And then suddenly realised after the second last, God, we might win a Gold Cup.
With Sizing John, he's holding the ball under Robbie Power and wins the Gold Cup.
Jesse was the one that got it there on the day, both for the Kilnock Grade, then for the Irish Gold Cup, and then for the Cheltenham Gold Cup, and then onto Punchestown as well, which is an unbelievable achievement. I don't think it'll ever be done again. I should never say never, but it'll be a long time before a horse achieves all three again. It was a remarkable achievement.
It'll be very difficult to follow last year, but if I can keep the horses sound and healthy, we'll do our best. The thing is now everybody's gunning for us, as well as last year we were coming in underneath the radar, which is a great help.
Scenes from a postcard from Jessica Harrington's yard in Moon. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Great trainer. What a horse Sizing John is. He's here. He's unbeaten since Douvan beat him here at this meeting 12 months ago. That was over a shorter trip. But since up in trip, this horse has remained unbeaten. Horse of the year, and he's your even money favourite. Sizing John for the Leopardstown Chase. And here are some of the previous winners. Outlander, 11-1 winner last year. He's back to defend his crown. Outlander in the hands of Rachel Blackmore. Don Poley, Road to Riches, Bobsworth, Tidal Bay, Synchronized, Pandorama, What a Fend, Exotic Dancer, of course, and the magnificent Denman in 2007. And what a race we have to look forward to. It is truly, truly wonderful. Sizing John, Yorkhill, Jackadam, the top three in the market. Here are the runners and riders for this year's renewal of the Leopardstown Chase. Total prize money of €150,000. And number one will be Alpha Days Oboe, trained by Michael Mouse Morris, and the mount of Brian Cooper. 2, Balco de Flo, Dennis O'Regan. 3, Carlingford Lock, the Mount of Barry Garrity. And while talking about this horse, I must say many congratulations to Deirdre McCurtain, or should I say Deirdre, as you're watching it, since you brought forward your wedding to 12:30, the new Mrs. Bailey. Many congratulations to you, of course. Can't be here today on your wedding day. Enjoy the festivities down in County Limerick. Carlingford Loch wins. Barry Garrity, or County Cork I should say, Barry Garrity wins on number 3 Carlingford Loch, Barry Garrity. 4 Jackadam, David Mullins. 5 Ed Wolf, Derek O'Connor. 6 Manila Rocco, cheek pieces Mark Walsh. 7 Outlander, cheek pieces Rachel Blackmore. 8 Road to Respect, Sean Flanagan. 9 Sizing John, he's hard to believe he's only 7 and what he's achieved, what a great horse he is. Robbie Power. 10 Valser Lido, Noel Feely, significant jockey booking. Henry de Brom with the trainer. 11 York Hill, oh so talented, Paul Towland. And number 12 Zabana, the mount of Davy Russell. Tom Lee, what a race to savour. In many respects we don't need to have a bet in this, we just want to sit back, relax and enjoy every single second of it.
No, you don't need to have a bet, but you should do, because it's just going to make it that little mite more enjoyable. What a race, enough to make you dizzy, the depth of quality here. Sizing John, it might be, actually, as ludicrous as it sounds, having won 4 Grade 1s on the bounce, including the Cheltenham Gold Cup and the Punchestown Gold Cup, he could still, dare we say it, be improving. As you say, so much he's achieved, even at this tender stage of his career. If he has, well, you can understand why punters have piled onto him. 11-8 last night, forced all the way into odds on here on the track. If you're still struggling to make up your mind, a few key statistics to accompany the betting. Have a look at these. In the last 10 years, the winner has always come from the first 4 in the betting. So if you were shopping in the last decade at bigger prices, you'd have been out of luck. 7 of the last 10 had previously struck at the very top level, so of course that elite list of achievement, very much a pointer to success. 9 of the last winners had already struck over this 3-mile trip, and 9 of the last 10, and this is vital, were aged in that group 6 and 8 years of age. That was the key parameter there, so hopefully if you're still struggling to try and unravel this, maybe there might be a little nugget of information in there for you. I've actually been greedy, Brian. I've backed Outlander, last year's winner, who's never been beaten here at Leopardstown in 4 visits to date, and also Valsalida, who lit up Down Royal back in November 2016, and he's a very good horse fresh, so let's see if there's a little bit of place money there, or maybe better. But Sizing John, rated 170, he could still be improving.
Great sense of anticipation down here by young and old down here in the betting ring on the other side of the track. Sizing John, of course, is your favourite, but Sally Ann Grassick earlier on caught up with some of the jockeys.
Today sees a really exciting renewal of the Leopardstown Christmas Chase, and I'm joined now by 2 jockeys who are riding today, and one of them a little bit of a surprise addition. Rachel, you've been called up to ride Outlander, last year's winner.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity. Hope Jack is okay. I'm sure he won't be too happy to be sitting on the couch watching on to this, but very talented horse, and I'm very, very grateful to get the opportunity to ride him.
And we hear that Jack Kennedy is stiff and sore, obviously, after the falls he's had over the last 2 days, but Outlander loves it here around Leopardstown.
Yeah, last year's winner, so it's great to get the leg over.
And Noel, you're riding Valser Lido. Show me, you've never sat in him before, but you know the view from behind well.
Yeah, he beat me last year up and down riding the James Nicholson wine, and he was very impressive that day, and he ran a good race here in this race last year. He jumped the last in front and just got ran over up the run and finished 4th, but he hasn't ran since, but Henry will have him in good form. He says he's very happy with him, so look, he's a high class horse, and a bit of luck and running, you never know.
We wish you both the best of luck today.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, so let's have a look at these horses then and see if we can learn anything in the parade ring. Number 1 is Alpha Des Obo for Mouse Mars. Brian Cooper on board. Won a 2.5-mile chase at Clonmel back in November, but couldn't get near Definitely Red at Aintree last time out. Steps up to 3 miles. That'll probably suit, according to Mouse.
2 is Balco Le Flo. Henry de Bromhead's runner here in the Jigginstown colours as well. He's got it all to do to catch up with these horses. He's 66 to 1 shot, and you'd want to be a brave man to back him to beat any of these.
Number 3 is Carlingford Loch. He's been a great yardstick for John Kiley. Barry Gerdy gets on well with him. If things do fall a piece up front, he might have an each way squeak.
Well, horse 4 is Jack Adam, the eternal runner-up, of course, in the Cheltenham Gold Cup, and this time David Mullins on board. Really just found Sizing John too good every time he's come up against him, including at the John Durkin at Punchestown last time out, and we'll need to improve for that to get the better of Sizing John here.
Ed Wolf, it's his first run back since Cheltenham, he had a bit of a heart issue. He was pulled up. He's out of his depth in this though.
6 is Manella Rocco. He was second in the Gold Cup. Decising John stayed on late up the track and ran on really well. He's a winner of Cheltenham before that the previous year. He's a very good horse, but his last couple of runs are shocking, and you want to see him come back to something like himself to think he'd have a chance of getting involved.
Horse number 7 is Outlander. You just heard from Rachel Blackmore. She's in for Jack Kennedy. Won this race last year, of course, a 3-time Grade 1 winner. Never got comfortable in the Betfair at Haydock at all, but just would have hated that bottomless ground. Can go an awful lot better here.
Horse 8 is Road to Respect. Sean Flanagan and Noel Meade won at the festival last year over 2.5. He's only worried to be just a 3 mile for the first time.
And 9 is our favourite, Sizing John, and what a gorgeous horse he is. He's a big, powerful horse with a great walk to him. He's everything you'd want in a 3 mile chase, and he's a Gold Cup horse on top of it as well too. He's got class, stamina, leaps well. He's the real deal.
Number 10, Valserlido. This is an interesting one. Henry de Bromhead, we know what form he's been in this week. 7 wins from 13 start. At Down Royal in the JN Wine in 2016, but he hasn't been seen for quite a while. He finished 4th in this race last year, and if he's back to his best, he could well put it up to the top 3 in the market.
11 is York Hill. He's the horse that we all want to see what's under the bonnet. Hopefully today now we'll get to see that with a clean run.
And 12 is Zabana. Chris Jones's horse here for Andrew Lynch. This horse will be hunting around. He likes a bit of good ground. The ground is nicer here than what he's been racing on, but I still think it mightn't be quick enough for him. He's a good horse. I don't think he's quite up to maybe winning a race like this, but he could sneak a few quid.
Okay, let's go to Tracy.
Yes, this man beside me, Henry de Bromhead, has already had a great few days here at Leopardstown, and a winner at Limerick as well today, and probably one of the most amazing pieces of riding I've seen in a long time. Philip Enright got up to him with no irons.
Yeah, it smacked of Jack Kennedy a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was brilliant.
He looked beaten, went back, and then the horse just took off again.
It's amazing, yeah. So delighted. Great to get it.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this race, because Balco de Flo, a Galway Plate winner, and he looks in great form again. And then Valserlido hasn't run since he was 4th in this last year.
Yeah, he looked to be going very well coming to the last, and then just sort of stopped afterwards. Unfortunately, he got hurt then. Yeah. He's been out for a while, but he's back and he seems in great form, so we'll see how we get on.
Yeah, they both seem on their toes and ready to go.
Oh yeah, they're 2 real, great horses. Balco's really good as well. Hoping the better ground might suit him. As you say, he's a Galway Plate winner, and yeah, he's a fair horse on his day as well.
Yeah, all class. I mean, we're spoilt today. I mean, this race particularly is absolutely top class, isn't it?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, it's a real tough race. When you see a Galway Plate winner at 66 to 1 or whatever he is, it's just mad. And he's rated 157. It's a real high class renewal. Yeah.
Well, very best of luck, and great to see your horse in such good form, Henry.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, not without a chance, Henry de Bromhead there, but look, this is an absolutely brilliant race. We have an absolute cracker. Sizing John, well supported in the market, has done absolutely nothing wrong since stepping up from 2 miles to 3, and I think even has taken Jessica Harrington by surprise, as he would have heard over the last 6 months or so. Let's go down to Sally Ann Grassick. She's at the start.
Down at the start with these, you can see they're all really relaxed and nice and laid back down here, but these horses, they know their job. They've been here before. They've all been here on the big days. Just 1 or 2 of them starting to jig-jog a little bit out the back like Ed Wolf. York Hill, you'll see over on the left, is the last one to join us. He came down on his own. We know what York Hill is capable of, but he's a little bit quirky, as I'm sure the team have been telling you back up in the parade ring, and he's just came down quietly on his own out the back with Paul Townend. But they all look in great condition. Just 1 or 2 notes. Jack Adam looking amazing. I saw him in the pre-parade ring when I was out and Sizing John, and the 2 of them look in absolute amazing condition. Really good coats on them for this time of year, so it'll be an exciting renewal of the Leopardstown Christmas Chase.
On the way for the Leopardstown Christmas Chase, 12 runners, 17 fences ahead of them. Balco de Flo is up there with last year's winner Outlander, and on the outside Manello Rocco. Then the stripes of Zabana in 4th. Alpha de Zobo on the inside, followed by Jack Adam and then Sizing John. They're followed by Carlingford Lock as they run down now towards the second fence. It is the first of the ditches. And up front towards the outside, Outlander with Balco de Flo. Zabana in the stripes. Jack Adam is just behind them with Alpha de Zobo. York Hill is on the inside as they come down towards fence number 3. And the leaders Balco de Flo, Outlander extreme left. Then comes Zabana, Jack Adam, and then Sizing John. On the inside is York Hill. Then comes Carlingford Lock back in the field with Road to Respect. Also towards the back is Ed Wolf as they come down towards the next fence, number 4. Balco de Flo lands just in front. They're all safely over. Outlander in second. York Hill, the shortest route on the inside. Then Zabana, Jack Adam and the pink. And behind these Alpha de Zobo, then Road to Respect. They're followed by Sizing John, and then Manello Rocco and Carlingford Lock. They clear that fence and come away from that ditch. Just a very slight mistake by Sizing John, but they're turning now to face the fence before the straight. And York Hill is moved up to join Balco de Flo. They're followed in third place by Outlander, then Jack Adam, and behind Jack Adam comes Sizing John as they make the turn into the straight for the first time, heading down towards the fence before the stands. And York Hill and Paul Townend in front from Balco de Flo, Dennis O'Regan in second, then Outlander with Rachel Blackmore, Jack Adam in the pink. Behind these David Mullins, and then Sizing John, then the stripes of Zabana. Road to Respect is on the inside. They're followed stands, and York Hill strides along about 3 lengths clear of Balco de Flo. Jack Adam on the inside of Outlander. Then Sizing John in 5th. 6 is Road to Respect. 7 Alpha de Zobo. 8 behind these is Manello Rocco. And then comes Valser Lido and Ed Wolf, and finally Carlingford Lock. Going to the first of the 2 fences, taking them away from the stands, and York Hill in the lead, tackling the distance for the first time, leading from Balco de Flo. Jack Adam on the inside, then Outlander with the blue cap on the outside. Sizing John is next with the Road to Respect, and then Alpha de Zobo and Valser Lido, and behind these is Manello Rocco. Ed Wolf towards the back of the field with Carlingford Lock as they take the next, and it's York Hill on the inside, the leader, followed in second place by Balco de Flo. Jack Adam is third. Outlander's in 4. Behind him is Sizing John, and after Sizing John is Road to Respect, and they're followed by Alpha de Zobo, and then comes Valser Lido, and behind him is Manello Rocco. As they come to the first of the 6 fences, they jump in the back straight, and it's York Hill the leader by just over 2 lengths to Balco de Flo, the Galway Plate winner, in second. In third place is Outlander, winner of the race 12 months ago. Jack Adam comes next, and they're followed by Sizing John, and then comes Alpha de Zobo as they head down. 7 fences left to jump in the Leopardstown Christmas Chase, and it's York Hill who leads, followed in second by Balco de Flo, then Outlander and Rachel Blackmore in third. Jack Adam 4, Sizing John 5, the green and yellow and the red cap. Behind him is Alpha de Zobo, and then comes Road to Respect as they take that one. York Hill, Balco de Flo, Outlander and Jack Adam together as they go on towards the next, which is another open ditch. York Hill right of the picture, Balco de Flo with the white cap. Just behind these, Outlander, the blue cap. Then comes Jack Adam. Sizing John is next. York Hill, Balco de Flo, Jack Adam, Outlander. Sizing John is next as they race down towards the next fence, and the leader is York Hill, followed in second by Balco de Flo. They're followed into it, and York Hill goes sharply to the left there and hit the top of it. Balco de Flo out of the centre of the track. Outlander, the blue cap, Jack Adam in the pink. Behind these, Alpha de Zobo, Sizing John towards the inside as they come down towards this fence, which is 4 from home. And York Hill better at that one, but Balco de Flo came away in front. York Hill in second, then Outlander. Sizing John moves into 4th on the inside. Manello Rocco makes ground on the outside of Jack Adam. Then comes Road to Respect and Valser Lido and Alpha de Zobo at the final ditch now. 3 out, Balco de Flo, York Hill, and Jack Adam made quite a bad mistake there and drops out of contention as they leave the back straight behind them. They've 2 to jump in the big race of the day. Balco de Flo from York Hill. Outlander is bang there too. Manello Rocco creeping closer on the outside. Sizing John in behind them, and behind these comes Road to Respect as they race towards the home turn, and it's Balco de Flo the leader by 2.5 to 3 lengths. York Hill on the inside of Outlander, and they're followed by Manello Rocco, and Road to Respect going quite well. Under pressure is Sizing John, and then comes Valser Lido as they race to the final fence. Balco de Flo in the lead from Outlander, and they're followed in third place by Road to Respect at the last. Over at Balco de Flo the leader, That's going to be an all Jigginstown finish on the far side. Road to Respect on the near side. Balcony Flow. And third is Outlander, and they're clear of Vanilla Rocco as they race into the closing stages. And it's Road to Respect, the leader, from in second place. Balcony Flow as they go to the line. Road to Respect is going to win it for Sean Flanagan and Noel Meade. Second place for Balcony Flow. Outlander third. 1, 2, 3 for Jigginstown. Vanilla Rocco. Then Valfrelido and Alpha de Globo. Sizing John way below his best. Stops for a walk passing the line, as does York Hill, and Jack Adam will be the last to finish.
Wow. Well, this might be a 1, 2, 3 for Jigginstown, and we've seen it before, but this is a great occasion for Sean Flanagan and for Noel Meade as well. Noel trained this horse to win at Cheltenham last year. Sean Flanagan, his biggest win to date. He's ridden plenty of big winners, but this was a super success. This race was running a good gallop. York Hill carried him a good gallop every step of the way. The favourite never looked like he was enjoying himself, did he, Sizing John?
York Hill had him on their head a little bit, and no, Sizing John was never going.
But look at Balco the Flow there, the big outsider. He has them all in trouble there along. Outlander with the blue cap going well, but Sean Flanagan in the yellow cap there, making his way between Sizing John and Manila Rocket here off the last bend. Sean has given this horse a great ride, and Dennis Regan, I must say, has got some tune out of Balco the Flow, because I thought he was way out of his depth in this race, but he got some tune out of him. Into the straight, the 3 Jigginstown horses. Outlander running a crackle for Rachel Blackmore there with the blue cap, and in the centre with the yellow cap is Road to Respect. Jumps it well. Outlander runs a cracker again, put his old run head up behind him, and Balco the Flow has run out of his skin. Henry's horse is in tip-top shape, but it's all about Noel Meade today, all about Road Respect and Sean Flanagan, and what a day for them. This is a great success. Delighted for Noel and for Sean Flanagan. Obviously happy for Jigginstown, but they're used to it. But this is a great success for the...
Okay, let's go to Tracy.
Yeah, so Sean, how does that feel? What a performance.
You look at it's just super. Look at, he's done it all so well. We put the hood on him today. We talked about it, and I just felt he was a bit keen in the north, and he didn't get home. But the hood made all the difference, and obviously the better ground. He's won in Cheltenham on nice ground, and the better ground today helped him as well. He jumped like a stag, and thanks Bart. I was trying to cover him kind of as long as I could, but the minute he got a bit of daylight going to the last, he was away, you know. He's a fair horse now.
And did he surprise you the way he's won it today?
Not necessarily, no. Like, we always held him in very, very high regard, and like I done a panel here earlier on, and they were on about the last year's novice form being very, very good, and I think this just goes to show how good it really was, you know.
Well, you certainly gave him a super ride. Well done, Sean. Congratulations.
Yeah, brilliant for Sean Flanagan. Brilliant for the trainer, Noel Meade, as well. Ted went down to give him a right old slap in the back, and he's down with Salian. Let's hear from him.
You can imagine here at Leopardstown. No, there was no worry about seeing him on the shot today. He was in the front. He was doing brilliantly.
Yeah, everything went according to plan. The hood obviously worked well, because Sean rode him the other day and he said maybe a hood might help him just to settle early on. He settled great, and he gave him a most beautiful ride. I suppose when it works out it's always a great ride, but it was an actual peach of a ride. You know, you couldn't have asked for everything to go any better. He jumped brilliant, 1 or 2 slow, but you know, clever, and was always travelling like, I always felt we were travelling like a winner, and I didn't let it. He hit out of me until they were 50 yards from the line.
A word about Sean Flanagan. This is the biggest win of his career, and like you said, an amazing ride from him.
Dennis. Yeah, look, he's gone from strength to strength for us since he took over, and we couldn't be happier. We get on very well together. He rides very well, and the more confidence he's getting, the better he's riding.
And this horse has been an amazing servant to you. A brilliant run last time in Down Royal behind Outlander, but were you expecting a performance like this today?
And we were very hopeful. He was in terrific form, and we knew he was in great shape, and we were just hoping that he'd keep improving. He had to improve a lot, you know, to get up there. He had another 10 pounds to get up there, and we thought he did. He did a little bit of work in Fairyhouse last week. He did it very well, so we're very happy.
What can we expect from him now? Where will he go next?
Well, look, he's a Gold Cup contender now anyway, so he'll go for the Gold Cup. Whether he runs in between or not, I don't know. I suppose if he did, he'll run back here, but we'll wait and see. We have to think where this goes going to go as well, so maybe we might, I don't know, we'll talk to the powers that be, and Eddie and Mike, and we'll see what they want to do.
It's a nice problem to have. Well done, Noah. We'll let you enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, look, brilliant for Noel Meade, brilliant for Sean Flanagan, fantastic run, but we just have to say, like, you know, Robbie Power had to get off Sizing John, Ted.
Yeah, well, it was a good gallop all the way. Sizing John was never happy. Just looking at there, the two of us.
He got a hard race 2 weeks ago against Jack Adam too.
He didn't jump well or anything else. He got down off him. He's gone down to the stable yard. He said he was very distressed. He said he was just not himself today and operated on a very low sphere. He's gone back down to the stable yard. He's all right, but Puppy didn't bring him back into the parade ring here. He just got off him. Well, what it's about, it's all about the winners, lads, and this is a great day for Sean Flanagan and a great day for Noel Meade as well too. And he's done it well. I mean, he took I don't know whether it doesn't make a difference whether it's a Gold Cup performance. It's the Leopardstown Chase here at Christmas, and in its own right, it's a huge occasion and a huge meeting.
And he can't beat pedigrees. He's a full brother to Road to Riches, who won this race about a couple of years ago. Okay. So that's some family.
Right, let's go down because Michael O'Leary is with Sally Ann.
Michael O'Leary, who's just told me he's speechless. Michael, that must be the first time in your life you've been speechless.
It was fantastic. I mean, not in my wildest dreams I think we'd have win the race, never mind a 1, 2, 3. I'm delighted for Noel though. Like, Road to Respect looks like he's a horse who's coming through, but I'm not sure that was a run. You know, Sizing Europe would run bars, so Sizing would run better than that, and Jack Adam didn't run his race, so we were fortunate, but delighted to win it. It's a great pleasure to win a great race like that.
We let you go and enjoy it. Well done.
I think it's the second time in his life he's been speechless, Ted. The other time was when the Ryanair pilots formed the union, and I had to take that on stock. But look, it's brilliant. It's brilliant for Noel Meade and for Sean Flanagan, and I suppose just rewards for all the work that they put in. They are slightly overshadowed, and Noel has been by the likes of Gordon Elliott and by Willie Mullins as well.
Yeah, he's been champion trainer many times. There's a pedigree of a horse. He's by Gamut. Not everybody be queuing up to buy a Gamut out of a Laura Lady, a Lord America, and not everybody be queuing up to buy a Lord America or a Spectrum.
Well, so the mother is worth a few quid. Huh? The mother bred Road to Riches as well.
Road to Riches. She must be some mare.
Yeah.
She must be some mare.
He's by Gamut as well, Road to Riches.
Yeah, by Gamut. Like, I mean, there wouldn't be too many fellas queuing up to go out for a Gamut. She must be some mare, Laura Lady. She's bred by the Rottwells as well too, so they'll be happy with that. But she's some mare.
Ted, what did you think of York Hill? I mean, he seemed to be travelling great for most of the race, and then just ran out of steam at the end.
Yeah, well, his first run for nearly for 8 or 9 months, he just ran with the choke out a bit. You just wouldn't be 100% sure if he stayed.
Okay.
I mean, he looked to have them all in trouble at the third last, and yet he ran out of petrol. I would be questioning whether he stayed. And now he didn't give himself much chance, but at the same time he was lobbing along in front, and he come out of a yard. The horses can run well when they're fresh and well. I would be disappointed with the way he finished.
Maybe 2.5 miles might
definitely
be a straight.
He ran gassy, and he was going to gear harder than he'd like for 3 mile.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule him out yet.
Wouldn't rule him out, but you couldn't say to yourself, you'd like to be on it for the Gold Cup.
All right, but this is York Hill then, Ted. You have a look here and just tell us what you see here. This is 5 out now.
Yeah, well, this is about, I think, the only fence that he ran down. Whether it was this one or the next one, that he ran really down to the left and missed it completely, landed on all fours. Yeah, that one. That was the only fence that was like the York Hill that we saw at Fairy House. He ran down to his left and jumped it. But he jumped other than that, he jumped absolutely brilliant. And I thought Paul still had plenty to thank. Jack Adam went out like a light now, same as if someone shot him. He was travelling well at this stage, and he didn't. I think he didn't finish in the first 6.
Maybe the John Durkin was harder than it was only a couple of weeks ago. The John Durkin at Punchestown in that ground. Maybe he took, because Sizing John obviously we know didn't run his race either as well. So
definitely two good horses going at it on heavy ground there 2 weeks ago. Like the first 3 home were fresher horses that might have just took their toll on Sizing John and Jack Adam.
Yeah, but having said that, Balk of the Flow got a fair hard drive running Clonmel, and not that long ago, like in the Morris Isles, I was surprised to see him being so much in contention. It was a great performance, but just goes to show you when a yard is in top form like Henry's.
There were both certainties in their handicaps during the year, Balk of the Flow and the winner, Road to Respect.
Yes, that's what it means to Sean Flanagan. A wave to the supporters, and there was a few in the parade ring here as well who backed it. Don McLean tipped it up on the loudspeaker here just behind us before the race went off, and I think a few people followed the advice and managed to get a few quid on before the race went off, so fair play if it did.
I'd say Henry de Bromhead and Michael O'Leary would be looking maybe for the Ryanair for Balk of the Flow. He looked like to have a lot of them in trouble turning in.
Well, I mean, it was a great result for Jigginstown. I must say, 10 out of 10 to, I know Michael puts up the money, but Eddie buys these horses. And I mean, he buys 6 or 8 horses that can run in it. Look at all the Jigginstown horses that he can compete here. He buys these horses. You have Balk of the Flow still in front. Outlander, Rachel Blackmore got a right tune.
Ride, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, she got a right tune out of him because he's a right old monkey in his day. But she got a right tune out of him here, and he ran well again. At that stage, you couldn't see York Hill been out of the money, and yet when he straightened up, he emptied completely. Jack Adam is gone at this stage completely. Rode Sizing John, the red cap there, he's feeling the pressure. Puppy gives him a couple of smacks there, and he peters out of it completely. He said he was very distressed. But you have 2, 4, 5 Jigginstown horses there, all bought by Eddie O'Leary. Now, it doesn't make a difference what you have to spend. That's a fair achievement, to have 5 horses going to the last in the Leopardstown chase. Here's another thing too, I can't figure out how Leopardstown didn't get a sponsor for this race. It's such a hell of a good race, but anyway, that's for another day.
88,500 for first place, Ted, and as I say, obviously this was the Lexus for so many years, no sponsor this year. You really are scratching your head at that one.
Yeah, Old Manillocker ran on well. He was 4th. He's coming back to something like that. He was 3rd in the Gold Cup last year. It's the first bit of light he saw. Only for him, Jigginstown would have been 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th.
That's incredible. It's incredible. You know, tough job for Tony to call that home. I say, just keep an eye on the caps.
Just keep an eye on the caps. It was a great performance. It's a great win. Like I said, Jigginstown may be used to it at this stage, but great one for Sean Flanagan. As Mikey says there, 3 or 4 years ago, he was at Crossroads before Paul Carberry gave up.
Yeah, he was riding out. He was riding in America for a season, and just things were so tight at home. But he came back, kept his head down, rode a lot of winners for Liz Doyle, Harry Kelly, and then got going with Noel. So he's a top fella.
Yeah, and he's with a good
excellent man.
Yeah, and with a good man in Noel too. Like it has always had Paul there for donkey's years with him, and now he has a good man in Sean Flanagan and a couple of good young lads as well. Grand looking horse, but they're all great looking horses. Them horses that Eddie buys. Eddie wouldn't buy a moderate looking horse.
Davy Russell's okay. Twisted ankle we're hearing, so nothing worse than that, thankfully. So twisted ankle for Davy Russell. There's the presentation, the Christmas chase here at Leopardstown.
That's
John Osborne, Chief Executive HRI, and Michael O'Leary joining the fray, as you would expect. Noel Meads. Yeah, big day for all concerned, and I wonder.
Noel has disco as well to look forward to.
He has, yeah. He had the 2 of them in up to the declaration stage. All the young O'Learys there as well too. Great to see them all. Next generation.
You know Sean Flanagan well?
Yeah.
So you're delighted for him, obviously.
Travelled length and breadth of the country with him going racing.
What's he like?
Lovely fella. Hard goer. He's
neck of the woods as you, Mike.
Yeah. He's up near Clonroach. He's a good lightweight rider as well. He's light enough. He could do about 9, 13, 10 stone. But you could pitch this lad in Thurles on a beginner's chase now, and he'd give him the same ride as he would on Road to Respect. And he's getting his due rewards there today.
Okay, all right. Well, certainly one for the bookmakers, this result. And let's go down and check in on Brian.
Oh, what a day, what a race, the Leopardstown Christmas chase, Jack Adam, York Hill, Sizing John, none of them in the first 4, and it went to Noel Mead, a 1, 2, 3 for Jigginstown, Michael O'Leary, 8-1 for Noel Mead and Sean Flanagan, Tom Lee. That was a scintillating performance from Road to Respect.
Well, I think it's testament to the training brilliance of Noel Mead, because he's brought this horse along quietly, only stepping him up when he was ready, and you see the mighty race he ran the last day behind Outlander, coming on for that run, the application of the hood, and what an underrated but excellent rider on so many occasions we see Sean Flanagan, who also speaks very well in the aftermath. So as we look at Road to Respect now as a potential Gold Cup horse, as noted by Noel Mead in his post-race interview, shortest I've seen 8-1, biggest 12-1. That's for the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Other leading exponents, the likes of Mike Bite, Sizing John out to 8-1. We'll see what turns up there in one piece.
8-1 winner, Road to Respect, Balco de Flo. Look at the price, 66-1, and 3rd, number 7 Outlander for Rachel Blackmore at 16-1. Sizing John sent off the 10-9 on favourite. I'm sure there'll be news on him. Obviously all not well, didn't perform to his capability this afternoon. I can tell you Sutton Place is a late withdrawal, who was your favourite for the finale, the beginner's chase. He's a late withdrawal, but looking forward to tomorrow, Tom Lee. We have the Neville Hotels with Mona Lee, of course, Henry de Bromwood's very smart novice chaser, and the Ryanair hurdle as well with Faheen the Machine.
Yeah, I know it's easy to turn around and say, well, Mona Lee's probably going to go off odds on tomorrow, but it's going to be a serious test, that, because the likes of Raf Vinden, who's been on the go throughout the late summer, is a serious animal in his own right, rated 152, and then of course we see the probably the sign-off to the meeting in terms of the Grade 1 events. We saw in November the machine, after 2 years off, in full working order. What price is he going to be? Take your pick, probably 1 to 4, 1 to 5.
1 to 5 is the overnight market, and all will be revealed tomorrow. But Road to Respect, we now have to give him due respect. One of the youngest horses in the race has arrived on the scene. The Leopardstown Chase winner, Road to Respect, 10 to 1 for the Gold Cup, 8 to 1 winner of the Leopardstown Chase.